please.
I just wondering.
Listen, what did I just ask? Just give us a few minutes and somebody will come and talk to you. Just give me a few minutes. Go ahead and go inside.
Got some blood right there,
Okay, go ahead and go inside for me.
This is probably one of the most disturbing cases of jealousy that I've ever heard of. In a shocking turn of events that rocked the community, a love triangle amongst high school students spiraled into a chilling murder case in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is the tragic story of Dwight DJ Grant, a promising young man whose life was cut short in a senseless act of violence. On October 17, 2021, 18-year-old DJ vanished without a trace, only to be discovered 2 days later, his lifeless body hidden amongst the bushes of an apartment complex. He has suffered brutal knife and sword wounds, leaving investigators scrambling to piece together the motive behind such a heinous act. Detectives uncovered a triangled web of jealousy and betrayal involving 3 of DJ's classmates, Christy, Jocelyn, and Andre D. Clements III. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that the romantic rival was at the heart of this tragedy. In some text messages that were uncovered by police, Andre expressed his dark intentions, stating, "Murder will definitely happen soon," and he wanted the girls to help him kill DJ, as he was fueled by jealousy over DJ's relationship with his ex-girlfriend. Andre orchestrated a deadly plan, lured under the pretense of meeting Andre's current girlfriend, DJ was ambushed in the stairwell by his attackers. Video evidence captured the moment they carried his lifeless body away, attempting to erase the evidence of their crime with cleaning supplies and flyer. The community was left reeling, with residents expressing their fears for safety and the loss of a vibrant young life. Tanisha Franklin, a neighbor, reflected on the tragedy, saying, "Everything comes from being a mother. You feel these emotions."
So
he has anxiety?
No, I have
Okay, so he would check on you.
Yeah.
Do you know the girl that he's talking to or trying to talk to?
No.
No, does he have a girlfriend?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No? Okay. All right. So you haven't seen him? What's up, man? No, everything good? Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, so you haven't spoken to him since.
Sunday.
Is this his behavior? Like, does he do it? He's a good kid?
He's a good kid. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. If he goes out, he has a plan. He goes out with his friends. He calls literally all of us all the time to let us know, like, what's up, how you are.
Okay. All right.
In the morning, at night, make sure I'm okay.
Okay.
So.
Same thing with these kids. Have they seen him? Let me speak to them really quick. Aquí abajo. Sí. Ahí abajo del stairwell que está ahí había mucha sangre, and you can see that probablemente están tratando de limpiarlo. Hay una cámara aquí, hay 2 cámaras aquí, y hay una cámara en esa esquina donde lo tiraron.
When did this all happen?
Sunday.
On Sunday, he went missing Sunday. So go around in the middle, go up to the 2nd floor, and put it across. So there's no one goes down the stairwell.
Okay.
That way.
So we got that and that. Crime scene tape, crime scene log. Let me get that started.
If somebody pulls the video from the place, I already have some kids.
Where's your car at?
Right here.
Okay.
I just need to know who was there doing it because they're probably
the office.
Can you just give me a brief rundown? I'm so sorry.
of what's going on.
Yeah, because I know I
I know I've seen on the news that they found a body over by Sherman Circle, and they keep showing the picture of the kid that goes to Miramar High, saying they can't guarantee that it's him, basically, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But on my niece's phone, all the texts are coming through that they're her friends. There's people from school there, and they know it's him.
Okay.
I don't know if that, I don't know unless...
No, I
I'm just
understand.
assuming that it's him because of what...
So did he speak to a detective or anything like that?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody. I just came here because my niece was telling me that she had got these texts from this girl yesterday from the modeling, and she said it was the most traumatizing day of her life when she seen him yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So in my mind, one and one, I'm not saying she did anything, but I'm not saying I can't come here and not show you either because she
more than
keeps saying
once tells everybody in the
how many
modeling
people she's
group
killed
that
and she's in a gang, which
I mean, and it could be just to be, look
Tough.
cool or to be tough.
But you never know.
It's like you
and the
don't
same
know.
thing, I don't want the text messages here. I don't want them to
just-
show my nieces. I don't want her.
Like
I don't
her
want her
to
name.
associate
Right.
with, okay.
Right, so it needs to be kind of, if you,
No, I understand.
please, if you can just write on there not to put her name in there,
Sure.
just in case this
Yeah,
girl
you're
really is who she says she
You're
is.
fine. You're fine. No, I
She's a senior
understand.
and I want my niece to make it out of school.
I understand. You guys are good. All right. And anything else? This is my area. If you got more things you want to turn in, I'll be here. All right, I'm here
Just-
until 1.
Yeah, that's just the words that you
Could be
put there,
nothing.
just,
It's just
they say, if you
odd.
say something or see something, say it, and it just doesn't sit right with me, so I
I
have to come
understand.
and,
No, I completely understand. Anytime, ladies, okay?
thank you so much.
Of course. Have a good day.
Miramar Police Department. Miramar Police Department. How you doing, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. What happened?
Are you the only one here?
Christy?
Is Christy here?
No,
Are you Christy?
no.
Oh, okay.
That's my daughter.
No, I'm saying, is anybody else in the house?
No.
Okay. Do you mind talking to us outside for a minute?
Huh?
Do you mind talking to us? I'm Detective Woods here.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I heard the message. I was at work. I don't know. I don't have why. I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. I got the message.
You got the, come over here and
What happened?
I just need to speak to you over here for a second.
Oh, Lord.
So, right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter?
Yeah, that's my
Your
daughter.
daughter, her name came up. So, what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to keep you out of the house for now.
Me?
Yes. Nothing has to do with you personally, but we have to keep everybody out of the apartment. So, if there's anybody else in there that's in there,
No, the sister, she's at work. What now?
but nobody else is inside.
No, only
When you
three
get
of
some,
us.
you got shoes on, okay.
There's nobody else inside right now?
No.
Okay. So we have detectives that are going to get a search warrant.
Okay.
So right now, we're just going to make sure nobody's inside, and then we're going to close the door. And then we're going to wait for the warrant to get here. And then,
When I can come back. When I can come back, no?
As soon as you're done with the search warrant, then
Today?
go back in.
No, not today.
Yeah, okay, today.
Can I take my phone to call my sister? Is okay? Take my phone? My phone is right there. Can I call her? Because I'm waiting on her to go.
Well, right now at this point, we already gave you, notice that nobody can go back inside.
Can you take my phone for me? This is right there. By the way, is right there. You see my phone right there?
we really got to follow protocol on this one.
Oh my God.
Who is this?
That's my phone.
No, I mean, but who am I listening to?
The Chrissy did me the message.
I'll be back home, and I will have my phone, so they took my phone. So, okay.
So are you going to be around here? Are you sticking around here? Or are you leaving?
Leaving where?
You're not going anywhere, right?
No, I was going to the police station.
No, I mean right now.
I'm looking for my sister to go to the police station because my sister drives.
Okay. Well, don't go too far because when we're done, we're going to need you here.
No, I'm just going to the police station. That's it. To see what happened. That's what.
Okay.
To see what happened. That's it. I'm not going nowhere because I don't know where to go.
I mean, honestly, you go to the police station, they're not going to tell you anything. How old is
What now?
How old is she?
She's 17.
Oh, she's a junior. No, a little different. But,
What
mean, you can do what you want. I just don't want you to go too far.
Did you hurt this person? No, I didn't. Because I didn't hit him or anything. I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
Which is what we figured after seeing that, you're a good kid.
So I need honesty from you, okay?
I've been 100% honest with you.
I know.
100%.
I know, but I need to know, like, does this implicate my child in this action of what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. You're telling me that you were told to do something? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you didn't do.
She said that she was told to keep him in a corner. Andre. Okay. Andre told me that somebody had pissed him off, or somebody that was messing with somebody else's girl or something. It had to do with some type of chick. And that he was upset and that he needed some backup for his fight. He told me it was just a fight.
I want to make sure that you both understand, because I've said this already to you in the past, that you guys don't have to stay here. You do not have to talk to me.
Are you going to arrest my child?
No, I'm not going to arrest your child. I'm not. But I want to make sure that you understand that, because she is 16. I'm being completely honest with you. I want to hear what she has to say, but I wanted to reiterate, because I said it to you and she wasn't here. That's all. Okay? Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to go to some police station and leave without my daughter.
I'm just saying, you don't have to. We have to hold this house, but you guys don't have to stay here. That's all.
You need to dress up in all black and follow him.
Andre?
Yes. Okay. I want to do rag and everything. He just said, do this for me. Just help me out with a fight. We're fine. We walked all the way there, and we walked up the stairway, and Chrissy was there. Chrissy had seduced him, from what I know. I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that if something like this was going to happen, I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later, and I already started preparing myself for the worst, Ma. What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst? If they send me away, Ma. Because by everything I've already said, I'm an accomplice, and I know this, and I'm sorry.
When police caught up with Jocelyn, they were actually having a conversation with her and her mom, as her mom was telling her about her watching crime videos and crime shows, and how she knew that her daughter was in lots of trouble, and trying to remind her daughter that you can't really get away with anything today, as surveillance cameras are all over the place. There's no way to literally commit a crime and to not be caught. And later on, her daughter expresses the same sentiment, as she said she knew she was an accomplice while she was doing all of these things with Andre, which is kind of silly because you went along to do it anyway. And as her mom and her are sharing an embrace, you can see one of the police officers actually laughing at the situation. You know, it's not funny that this little girl is in this predicament, but what do the cops care? You know, let's continue with the story.
You would kind of tell me step by step on how everything occurred, you know, from the, like how it all started, how you even got notified or whatever, and then moving forward from there. Yes, okay? And just take your time with it, you know, step by step as best as you can.
Do I start?
Yeah. I might have questions for you here and there, if I interrupt you, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I get certain details here and there. Okay. But yeah, go ahead. You can just start.
Before Sunday, before he came over.
Who's he?
Andre.
Andre's from school also?
Yes.
Do you know his last name?
Clements.
Clements?
Clements.
M-M-E-T-S? Okay. Is he, what grade is he in?
He's a senior.
A senior?
This year.
Okay. All right, so you were saying?
Before he ever came over, he told me on Friday, I believe it was Friday, that he had a situation that he needed to deal with, and he was wondering if I could help him out with a fight. Me knowing that I used to fight in elementary and used to be a bad kid-ish outside of school, I had agreed because he's a good friend of mine. I'm like, it's just a fight.
Okay.
So, on to Sunday, he had said he was going to be coming over at around 6.
Okay.
He came over at least 6:45, close to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And he had proceeded to tell me the whole scenario of, we're going to get dressed in all black. You're going to wear clothes that you don't care about. You're going to wear gloves. You're going to wear do-rag. I know the whole layout of the building and everything that we need to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Get dressed. Just wait, and then we'll go.
Okay.
We had gotten dressed, we had prepared. My mom had gotten home. We had told her that we were going to go on a walk. We had left the house immediately with me, Andre, and Chrissy, and we had left the complex all the way down. He was explaining to me that the person that me and him were going to fight with, and that Chrissy was going to seduce to get him to come downstairs, had messed with a girl that he knew and had, essentially from what I know.
Okay.
This is what he had told me. And on the way there, he's telling me exactly where we're going to walk, exactly how we're going to walk, exactly what we're going to do, and what we're going to wait for a signal. And I was like, okay, it's just a fight. It's whatever. We had walked up the stairs. We had walked through the front gates of the complex.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember which complex it was?
I don't know the name, but I do know that it's the complex next to the old house that we used to live to. We had walked in fully. We were wearing gloves, 2 sets. We had on all black from head to toe. We had on our hoodies, and we had on do-rags to cover our eyebrows and facial hair and anything like that.
Okay.
We had masks on as well. We had walked out and
COVID mask?
Yeah. We had walked out and we were immediately when we got in there, we had walked over to where the stairwell was, while he was telling me to move this way to avoid a camera and to avoid being seen.
Okay.
We had walked through there. He said there was no cameras there, so we had relaxed and chilled out more. And I'm just thinking this is a fight.
Right.
And I'm thinking the reason why we have him all black is, if he was to fight him, because he seemed pretty upset over the whole situation of what was going on. I'm like, okay, maybe he's gonna fight him and there's gonna be blood, and he's just like, I don't need you going with blood on you.
Right,
or
right.
being seen, or your mom just like seeing anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, we had walked up the stairs while Chrissy stayed downstairs and made a call or a text saying that she was here. Me and him were upstairs. He's just talking to me. We're relaxed. We're chill. And then he got a signal from Chrissy to walk downstairs. We walk downstairs, and he tells me to wait on the top of the stairs. And he had a weapon with him. He told me to hold the weapon. We had gloves on at this time still. We had walked down the stairs. He had approached the boy, and Chrissy had moved back and walked down the stairs fully.
Did you know this boy or no?
No.
Okay.
When boy tried to make a run for it after Andre like approached him and was like, yeah, we have a problem. And he has me standing behind with a weapon. So he tells me, Chrissy looked at me and he made a run for it. And I'm like, okay, the weapon's just for intimidation. I'm gonna put this down. I ran and I helped Andre to tackle him and put him onto the ground. Andre is talking to him, saying everything he has to get off of his chest and saying how mad he is. And then he proceeded to say, you know what I have to do, right? That I have to hurt you. Like, I have to get you back for what you did. And the boy is like, you don't have to do this. I won't bother you. I won't say nothing. I haven't seen you guys. I won't say anything. Nothing. And I'm just thinking, okay, Andre's probably going to hit him or punch him. And then everything else is just, he's just going to get into a fight. We're going to leave. Andre asked for the weapon after explaining to him that he was going to kill the other boy. He had asked for the weapon and I just handed it to him because I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm like, okay, maybe you're joking because me and Andre are playful. We like to mess around and we do like play fight and we're just very like sibling type relationship.
Right.
And he had taken a weapon and he had pushed the other boy into the corner and he was begging not to get hurt. And I'm just thinking Andre's just gonna hit him. And Andre told me to come here and help him. And I was like, okay, you can do what you want to do. You can punch him or something. And I'm just holding him. And then Andre proceeds to really punch him. And then after a while, Chrissy said, there's a lot of cars here. There's a lot of people watching. There's kids out. You need to hurry it up. So like, Andre, do what you gotta do. Just hurry it up, bro. We gotta go. He proceeded to take out a small weapon and attempt to stab him.
I'm sorry?
Attempt to stab him.
Okay.
And he was failing, and I was just like, okay, I didn't see it because I'm holding his legs. So I'm in a position where I'm holding both of his legs and I'm wrapped around his under torso, and I just feel poking right here. And I'm wondering what that is. And the other boy, he has the weapon just like waving it, just like trying to not get harmed. And then he had another smaller weapon, and he took that out, and he stabbed him right here.
Where's right here? On the neck, like back side of the neck?
Like side.
On the right side?
Did you do right side? The boy was just like, you're gonna kill me. Just choke me out or like end it, because he kept going in and out. He's like, choke me out, end it, stab me, do something. And Andre stabbed him again. And he had told me, and Chrissy, he had told me to get Chrissy and get cleaning supplies. And at this time, the gloves that we were having on and wearing were ripping and torn. And I was getting nervous, and I was getting scared. And I wasn't showing any of it because I'm just like, if I show this, they're gonna know that I'm like, I can't do this, and I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, I'll do what you say. I didn't tell them this, but I'm like, I'll do what you say. It is what it is. And whatever happens, happens. So I had helped Andre move him a certain direction under the cameras, under the one camera that we saw right there, and into the bushes. And at this time, we both had not eaten. We both were exhausted. So he's like, push him back here into the bushes and just leave him there. We'll figure out what to do with him at a different time. And I'm just saying, okay, because prior to this, he had told me that this was the first person he had ever killed.
Prior to this, he had told you that?
When we were at the house, when we were just talking about the whole plan of what to do, what was going to happen, but he never told me that he was going to kill somebody until at this time. He was like, this is the first person. I'm going to leave it here. I'll ask Chrissy. We're going to leave.
Clint said that the weapon that Andre was using, he used it to stab the boy. I'm assuming it's a knife then that he had?
There is a knife and there is a longer sword.
A longer what?
Sword.
A sword. Okay. Do you know what ended up happening with those? So it was a small knife and then the long sword?
Yes.
Okay. First came here before all this started, right? When he first showed up at your house, he got here with, you said it was a collection of knives. The small ones was a part of a collection?
The small ones I didn't see, but they were like either in his pocket or in the bag that he had brought with him.
Okay. And I guess one of them stayed behind, and then he took one small one, and then the big sword also. So you saw the big sword when he first showed up here in the first place?
Not when he... I didn't see it exactly. I saw that there was a bag with it, and I was like, okay. Because somebody else had taken everything out of the house behind us, and I didn't know where that was. And I believe it was either in like a jacket with him, or with Chrissy in an extra jacket or in a bag with them.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I wasn't paying much attention.
Of brutally murdering a classmate back in court today. Police say those high school students lured their victim with the promise of sex before stabbing and beating him to death.
And today we heard exclusively from the parents of the victim for the very first time. Local 10's Ian Margol is live with what happened in court. Ian.
Dwight DJ Grant was killed back in October, and for months now, the 3 teens that are accused in his case have been kept in jail. But today, one of their attorneys tried to get his client out on bond.
She stood right in my face and she said she didn't know what happened to my son. She stood right in my face. I don't know if he was still alive, but I could help him.
For the first time since their son's murder in October, we're hearing from the parents of Dwight DJ Grant, the Miramar 18-year-old who police say was killed by 3 other teens right in the stairwell of his apartment complex.
The defendant chose to deprive me, his family, his friends of his life.
DJ's parents spoke in a hearing Thursday for Christy Parisienne, one of the teens accused in this case, as her attorney tried to get her let out on bond. He argued Parisienne had no idea that DJ would be killed when she lured him out of his apartment with the promise of sex, leading him right to Andre Clements and Jaslyn Smith, who police say stabbed him to death.
The evidence points to she was manipulated to being involved in this without knowing that a murder was going to take place.
But the state, armed with hundreds of pages of text between Parisienne and Clements, argued she knew exactly what was happening and that the teens shared a twisted, dark attraction to violence in their digital exchanges.
In this case, on October 3rd, she says, "I love your opinion and all, but it's spooky season and my toes will be red to represent the blood I'd be stepping on after I viciously stabbed someone to death."
The court will deny bond.
The judge denied bond for Parisienne and earlier in the day held a status hearing for Clements and Smith to make sure all 3 cases are staying on track.
So in court, DJ Grant's parents were very, very emotional. His mother said she has not been able to go back to work as a nurse in the Memorial Healthcare System since this all happened. She also says she fears for her life if these teens were to be getting out of jail. So right now, all 3 remaining in jail without bond. Live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ian Margol, Local 10 News.
The brutal killing of a Miramar teenager pleaded guilty to murder today. A judge sentenced Andre Clements to 40 years in prison for stabbing 18-year-old Dwight Grant to death and hiding his body. NBC6's Marissa Bagg is live outside the courthouse. And Marissa, even the judge got emotional during the hearing.
That's right, Jackie, and you expect tears in this kind of hearing, especially for how heavy and sad and brutal this particular crime was, but you don't expect tears to come from the judge. We certainly saw that today. It was clear that he was moved by the fact that this 18-year-old young man was killed by his peers, other teenagers.
I miss my son dearly.
Madeline Emile sobbed, talking about her only son, Dwight DJ Grant, who was brutally murdered by classmates almost 4 years ago.
I would never walk my son down there. He would never come and say anything to me because he's not here.
but is resting in power. And all the good things that my son did. Yes, the memories will always be with me.
Andre Clements was sentenced to 40 years in prison for stabbing Grant to death outside of Grant's apartment home in Miramar. 2 others, Christy Parisian and Jaslyn Smith, pleaded guilty to the crime last year and are serving 25-year sentences. Police say the trio lured Grant out of his home that day with plans to kill him because Grant dated Clements' ex-girlfriend. They stabbed him to death and then hid his body in the bushes. The judge said even he was haunted by this case. He got emotional moments before the sentencing and had to walk out of court.
Couldn't sleep last night. Thinking about this case. How the hell could that?
Tevin Brighton grew up with Grant. He shares the anger and frustration over the brutal way his friend was taken.
I was going to work and I just kept having breakdowns. I was just crying, like frustrated. Because like, why? You know, even hearing everything, just like, why?
In court, Clements apologized to the family, saying he would give his life to bring Grant back if he could. His own mother cried the entire time.
They're just words and they do nothing to soothe the heart of me or anybody who lost DJ.
Now, Clements was just 17 at the time of the murder in October of 2021. Again, he's sentenced to 40 years in prison. After that, he would be on probation for the rest of his life. We are live in Fort Lauderdale. Marissa Bagg, NBC 6 News.
This heartbreaking case serves as a grim reminder of the consequences of jealousy and betrayal. As we reflect on DJ Grant's life, we hope for justice in a community that learns from this tragedy. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.